I'll update you on the situation on the tubes in about half an hour. In the meantime, you can get the latest from your local BBC radio station. Now it's back to John and Sarah.
Welcome back, everybody. Just after 8:30, Breakfast Today with Sarah and John.
Now, over the last week, you'll remember, Breakfast has been looking at the state of the care system across the UK, and we have been overwhelmed with the response, with so many of you getting in touch to share your own experiences.
So we thought we'd try and pull it all together today, and Jayne has gone to Blackpool, to a carers centre which provides advice, support and respite for unpaid carers. And they're busy there, aren't they, Jayne? Morning.
Morning.
Good morning to you both. Good morning, everybody, and good morning, wonderful team at Blackpool Carers Centre.
Morning.
Let's let Alison do the intros.
We've got Emma, Chloe, Leah, Carla, Debbie and Julie.
And these people make a difference. They make a difference. Two people who know what a difference they make are Colin and Shirley. Good morning. We're going to chat to you in a second. So many people contacted us last week when we started this conversation asking who cares and who cares for the people who care. We thought we can't leave the conversation just last week. We have to carry it on into this week and the rest of the year. So have a look at this film now. Get a sense of the themes we spoke about last week, but also the conversations that you came back with. Have a look at this.
Last week, Breakfast asked a question. Who cares?
This has been the hardest thing that I have ever done. There are days that I get up and I think, I don't know if I'm going to have the time or the energy to be able to do this one more day.
Do you think unpaid carers are often overlooked and forgotten?
Oh, gosh, yes. From the army of unpaid carers, the young carers, the foster carers, we heard the same message time and time again. Carers don't always feel cared for.
We asked for help and they cut it off.
Scared.
Scared, yeah. I know you're scared. I'm all right, yeah.
But when the support is right, everything can change.
I appreciate everything they've done. They're very important to me.
It is part of our life. Simple as. I'm David. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And I'm Babs.
Bear with me.
So many of you contacted Breakfast with your own stories.
And this is Toby.
My name is Catherine Taylor. I am a mum and a carer.
My name is Neil, and I'm in Leeds.
So when you heard that question on BBC Breakfast, who cares? Who do you feel cares for you?
Nobody. Nobody really.
Barbara is a full-time carer for her husband David, who has multiple sclerosis.
What needs to change, would you say, Babs?
Do you know what needs to change? They say, oh, let's give them a coffee morning, a carer's coffee morning. Well, what I would actually need and prefer is help.
But Kathy contacted us to say that fighting for help for her autistic son Noah can be all-consuming.
He can become anxious to the point where he might run out of the house. He might say that he doesn't want his life anymore. As a carer, I struggle to get the support. And fighting that system, I would say, is one of the hardest things.
How much time does that fight take up?
It takes up such a significant amount of time that it compromises my ability to care for my son.
Myself, my history is I was in the army for over 20 years. I was a sniper. I'd done things like Northern Ireland, Bosnia, Kosovo and Iraq. But when my mum was diagnosed with a stage 4 glioblastoma, it was the hardest thing I've had to do.
In the months before Neil's mother died, just before Christmas, he cared for her with the support of carers from the local hospice, a gift he says he will never forget.
the carers that came in were phenomenal. They were so loving and gentle with my mom. It was amazing. And I just sat there and thought, wow.
So many people told us the right support is invaluable.
Should be paid much more than what they do.
But so hard to come by.
You got in touch with us, and generally people get in touch because they feel a strong emotion to something. The emotion that drove you to contact us, was it anger? Was it fury?
Desperation.
The emotion that came to me was the love.
I love David to bits. I would do anything for him, and he would do. If I knew, he's always apologising, saying, "I'm sorry you're having to do this," and I say, "If the situation were reversed, you'd do the same for me." And I feel like it's just me and David against the world.
You can sense the isolation, can't you, that people feel, the desperation people feel, but the love they feel too. And I want to read this message that came through on social media from Karen White. Good morning, Karen. Thanks for getting in touch. She said, Barbara is all of us, in her response when I asked her, who cares for you, Barbara, while you're doing all this caring? She said, no one. Caring is a lonely road. I look after my dad, and 9 times out of 10, the question is, how's your dad? Not how are you? Come and meet Colin and Shirley, who have been coming here now, Colin, for 8 years, haven't you?
Yes.
You care for your son and
the
you
wife.
care for your wife.
That's correct, yeah.
And coming here made the dark clouds lift. How?
Well, for many years, I was just a lone voice trying to navigate what is a difficult and complicated system. To be fair, I was at my wit's end when I was advised to come here. I came in burdened and left elated, and from then on I was so inspired. I've become a voice for other carers, and luckily I now work on the Carers and Service Users Council, and I've made a big difference.
You heard Barbara in the report though say, I don't want a coffee morning, I want help. And nobody in this centre is going to come into your house and help look after your son or your wife, but what do they do that make the difference?
Well, I would say that's wrong. Please come and have a coffee, because from my experience, I've seen people attend one of our groups here and they come in with a dark cloud over the face. Yeah. We share stories and our experiences, and you can see it lift, and then they're a different person. They're recharged. The
coffee starts something.
And the coffee starts.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Colin. Let me introduce Shirley. We hear from the carers there. People lose a sense of themselves. You cared for your mum, then your husband, then...
My daughter fell ill a couple of years ago, and my little granddaughter, I found, was falling into the same carers role as what I was. So that's how I became involved with the Carers Centre. I brought my granddaughter in.
Looking for help for her, and then you ended up getting help for you.
And then I ended up getting help for myself, yes. So I've been coming about 4 or 5 months now, and it's...
I've got to tell you, when I first met Shirley this morning, she said, this is so far out of my comfort zone. I do not want to be on television. But when they asked me, I had to say yes, because you appreciate all they've done for you.
So very much. They've been absolutely brilliant. Yes, I couldn't have managed without them.
Yeah. Let's do a little spin round. Let's do a name check to Leah, your
support worker. Oh, what can I say about Leah? Leah, it's been absolutely fantastic. She's given me my life back. She truly has. And she's always been there. For instance, she knew I was so worried about Christmas. And what did she do? The day after Boxing Day, she rang me to check that I was okay and that everything had gone okay. That's how fantastic she is.
Brilliant. She is really brilliant. Listen, Leah is helping get you on track, looking after you. She's here to make you do art classes and maybe get back into part-time work. That's what it's all about. Alison, let me drag the big boss lady over again, Alison. Alison, you know what this is all about. You run this place, but you are a carer yourself. There are people watching this morning who are on this treadmill of chores and care, and it's a relentless repetitive task.
Yeah.
What would you like to say to them this morning?
I think you've heard the stories both of the roles and responsibility carers face on a daily basis. We are here to help. We value everything and really appreciate everything carers do in their day-to-day life, but please get in touch with us if you're local to us, or a local carer centre or local council.
Don't be put off by the coffee mornings. Go and join a coffee morning, because it opens the door to other things. Please do keep getting in touch with us as well. We're not going to leave this story in 2024. Your stories matter to us. Keep them coming in through all the usual emails and social media channels, and we read every single one of them. Back to you, John and Sarah.
Thank you so